Hello there, Gemini. Thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out for your weekly tarot video forecast for the week of January 18th through the 24th. I do have group mentoring sessions still coming up with slots available. And so if you're interested in having some mentoring that helps you expand your own psychic abilities, go ahead and drop me a line, let me know. We'll see what works for you and get you slotted into one of those. So let's get on with your reading, Gemini. What we have coming up is we have the Three of Cups in reverse. And the Three of Cups in reverse is just telling me that you are having a situation on Monday where you have a friend that kind of rubs you a little bit wrong. Maybe you've made a decision or a choice and you're doing a particular thing and they kind of say, oh, well, that's really good and I hope you do really well, but have you considered this? And they're just kind of like, um, Mm, they're not exactly being supportive. They're kind of like poo-pooing your dream or whatever it is that you have decided. So I feel like there's something like that going on Monday where somebody is just kind of rubbing you wrong. I feel like they have good intentions, at least for the most part. They have good intentions, but they just are not as supportive as what you would hope that maybe they would be. So anyway, that is what I see for you on Monday, Gemini. On Tuesday, what we have coming up is the Queen of Cups. So for most of us, this will be a female, but for a few, it will be male. We never hammer down genders in a general reading, which is what this is. So Queen of Cups is telling me that this is somebody that you Geminis will be interacting with on Tuesday. And this is a woman who she's really good about her emotions. She knows how to feel them. She's very comfortable with them. She knows how to express them. So this woman that you're dealing with on Tuesday, you have no doubt in your mind about where you stand with her, and neither does anybody else because she can express her feelings so well. You know, she is not one of those women that has let society tell her that, you know, it's not nice to be angry. It's not feminine to be angry. All of those things that society tries to say. Men can be angry, women can't. It's just strong if a man's angry. If a woman's angry, it's ugly. Where does that come from? So this is a woman who is very comfortable with her feelings. She doesn't hide them. You know what's going on when you're talking to her because she is not pretending things are one way when they're really another. And so this is somebody that you're interacting with on Tuesday. For you Geminis, I would like to narrow it down and tell you a little bit more about what this interaction is all about or what it includes or anything about it really, but it's coming in so many different ways that all I can really tell you is that whoever this person is, and for most of you to be female, um, you're just going to know where you stand with them, and there will be no doubt in your mind. And this is kind of typical for anybody that she deals with and for any interactions that she has with anybody. Okay, let's move on to Wednesday. You have a very good card for Wednesday, Gemini. You have the Star card. I personally love the Star card. The Star card talks about getting replenished, for one thing, and this can be very much on a spiritual level, and it can very much manifest on a physical level as well. But it also talks about knowing, having that knowing about what your purpose is, what it is you're trying to accomplish, what you want to get done before you kick the bucket here. And when we know those types of things and we're very clear on them, it makes decision making easier. So we can decide who we want to be spending time with, what types of things we want to be doing, those types of things. So decision making I see as being very easy on Wednesday. Now that doesn't mean that life is easy. It might be, it might not be, but decision making I see is something where things are really coming into clarity for you. Now, some of these decisions that you're making may not be the easiest as far as there may be some emotional stuff attached to them, but you know You know what works for you and what doesn't. And that's where I'm talking about that these decisions are easy because you know what works and what doesn't. And you're getting replenished on Wednesday. So that kind of tells me that, maybe you've been running, maybe you've had the candle lit at both ends, or maybe you've been around somebody who's a little bit more of a toxic influence, or maybe not really completely toxic, but a little negative, and that's kind of had you a little bit dragged down. So now you're in this point of just getting yourself replenished, getting your strength back, getting your clarity back, sort of getting back up on your own feet on Wednesday. So it's a really nice card to have come in. Now we're following that up with another card that anybody would be jealous of you for. Everybody likes this card and the Lover's card both. What you've got is the Two of Cups. And the Two of Cups is a sweetness card. It's just saying that there is some relationship in your life, and for many of you this will be romantic, but for some of you it's going to have more to do with friendships or a family relationship or a business relationship. But it talks about things progressing well in that relationship, things progressing pleasantly. So you're having some pleasant times in whatever relationship this card is referring to for you, Gemini. So having some pleasant times on Thursday in a relationship with somebody, whatever type of relationship that is. So that's a really nice card to have come up. That's a positive, everybody loves it card. Friday, what you have showing up is you have the Hanged Man, Gemini. And with the Hanged Man, what we have going on is that there's some kind of situation in your life that you're feeling a little bit stuck in, like you're just not exactly sure how to move forward with this situation in any kind of productive or happiness-making way. And so you've been sort of paralyzed. You've been not moving in any direction with this situation because you haven't found a direction yet that you can move and have it feel productive or good. Okay, so that's what I see coming up on Friday. You're just kind of in that stuck place, and what you're doing is you're taking some time to really tune in and listen to God or the universe or sacred spirit or whatever name that you have for that creative source power that is around us. So you're taking some time to tune into that power, that information that comes from that power, and kind of help yourself figure out how to move forward in this situation in a good way. And so that's your Friday. And then Saturday, what we have showing up for you is we have the Four of Cups in reverse. And the Four of Cups in reverse is really a good card. For me, what it says is no pity parties. When it's right side up, it is talking about having a pity party, but when it's in reverse, it's talking about not letting disappointment slow you down. It's talking about looking at the positive, looking at the opportunities that are in front of you, taking a hold of those and working with them. So it's like, say that you saw something negative. This is like whatever that negative thing is, just taking out the rear view mirror and not looking at it again, letting that thing stay in the past where it belongs and focusing on the positive, those things that you can do that are life affirming and happiness making that improve your future. So that's what I see going on for you on Saturday. A very nice card to have for you. And then on Sunday, what we have showing up is we have the Five of Clubs. Sometimes I like this card and sometimes I don't. It kind of all depends how it comes in. But how it's coming in for me, Gemini, is basically that you're having some brainstorming going on, and I am hearing that it involves other people as well as just you. So maybe this is a family thing, or maybe this is something about friends, but maybe there's something that that you feel needs to be changed, and these other people are in agreement with you that changes need to happen. And so you're all kind of getting together and figuring out, okay, well, what can we do here? And you're coming up with all kinds of different ideas about how to bring about the change that you want to see in this situation. And in fact, the view that Spirit has given me, the vision that Spirit is giving me as I'm talking about this is if you've ever seen the movie, is that it? Yeah, Failure to Launch um, which is, it's an older movie. It's not like it just came out recently. But if you've ever seen that movie, there's one scene where there's somebody's parents and all of his friends are sitting around the table trying to come up with ideas about how to get him back together with this girl. This is what I have, is like that image of people sitting around the table trying to come up with ideas, and some of them are not so good and some of them are okay, and that type of thing. So definitely some brainstorming going on Sunday. I feel like a lot of you are going to feel pretty happy with some of the results that you come up with. And some of you are going to be putting some of those ideas into action very, very quickly. And then I'm also feeling that some of you are going to be doing this brainstorming session and you're still going to feel like, I feel like you're going to kind of walk away from it feeling like I know that there's a better answer out there than anything that we came up with here tonight. And I feel like you're not really going to be comfortable with everything that came up yet. And so you're still going to be working that around even in your subconscious, trying to figure out what's the solution here. So, but definitely what's coming up here is brainstorming for you Geminis on Sunday. All right, so that is your week. Thank you so much for stopping by, for liking, for sharing, for subscribing, and for commenting. I want to say I've been totally enjoying all the mentorship sessions that we've been doing lately. I love to meet all of you fantastic people out there. And the same with the readings. I just have the absolute best clients. Everybody who contacts me is just so wonderful. So I want to tell you all I appreciate all of your support. Thank you for being a part of my life. And everyone have a fantastic week. I'll see you back here the next time. Peace out.